Dr. Pandit, what you are saying looks appropriate, that it may be wiser to give two shots in a gap of 8 weeks. I would not shorten Covishield duration less than 8 weeks based on the data or the science generated. So I would keep a open gap between 8 to 16 weeks for the Covishield second dose. Earlier the better, so that we get protection from the Delta variant. That would be my recommendation if I was asked about it. But I would not decrease it to 4 weeks for two reasons. The data generated in the first wave on the original strain was very clear cut, that longer the duration of the second dose, better is the immune boosting effect. So these are all unanswered questions. These are early generation vaccines and these are the first generation vaccines. So therefore we need to understand that we need to do the best as quickly, as fast as possible. So that is what would be my take on it, that I would keep the gap between 8 to 16 weeks, provided there is a liberal supply which is available. In absence of that, an 84-day gap allows a larger population to be covered. And that is something very, very crucial and important in pandemic times. So that is something which has been done. But because of the presence of the variant of concern like Delta, probably shortening that 12 to 8 weeks or that 84 days to 60 days may be something which probably Government of India may think in their wisdom once there is a liberal supply of vaccines which will be available, which I am reasonably confident will be available.
Sounds
So
very, very reasonable,
I
sir.
had a small question for you, that lot of people are getting anxious about children. Baswati Chatterjee is asking, when will the children be vaccinated? Should they be vaccinated between 12 to 18 years? You see, and should healthcare workers be given a third vaccine if they took their vaccination in January? So already people are, asking anxiety questions related to pediatric vaccination as well as the third dose for healthcare workers. So, Dr. Pandit,
Yes.
what are your thought process on the same?
So there is some reassuring news. Recently, a publication came from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, where they covered children in 4 states, and they what they did was they did an antibody testing for children aged between 10 years to 18 years, and to the surprise, they found that they actually had a presence of antibodies in more than 65% of the children they tested, which means that 65% of the children already had seroconversion. What was even more surprising is that many of the children were coming from families in whom there was no infection which was previously documented in the family. So they probably family probably had asymptomatic infection within the family, or the children were asymptomatic and did not actually catch up an infection which was symptomatic at all. So that's a reassuring news that we have a sizable amount of population, at least in this subset of 4 states, which was taken. Now, would they represent the entire country? Obviously not. We are a big country to even think of it. But I believe that the way we are actually looking after our children, it is probably unlikely that the wave would be much bigger in children. I'm sure the children will be hit a little bit more than what they have been before. But the anxiety which has created amongst us, I think it is reassuring to know that we already have a subset of children who've got some amount of seroconversion and would probably not be as large a number as we would have thought so. And I completely agree with what has been discussed before in the press as well, that maybe the children wave, it's good to be prepared for the worst, but we are hoping that it will probably be not as bad in the children as possible. I have a question for you, sir. And the question is essentially about a lot of people asking that they've had COVID, they've had plasma for the treatment. When should they be taking the next dose? And would there be any effects on side effects rather after they take the first dose or the second dose? Now, this is a question which has always haunted people, especially the people who have received plasma as a part of their therapy. What are your thoughts on them and what would be your advice to them?